Namaste. So this is kind of like a journal entry about some of the things that I'm starting to understand. I get spurts of moments that throughout the day, and sometimes more powerful than the others. This morning I was, my heart was so open. I've been receiving so much downloads and so much downloads and so much downloads and so much energy, and harnessing my energy that's coming so much that it's, so whenever you're increasing in levels within your progress, you'll hit different points to where your heart can't take no more energy, so your heart has to expand, and whenever it expands, then it takes more. So this morning was another expansion for me. I've had probably maybe 3 expansions over the past year, almost a year and a half, for me. And this one it's been a good one. It's a big one. And this morning, it put me into just laughter and laughter and laughter. And while I was driving with my significant other to the grocery store, and I was just in tears, crying and happy and laughter, and I can feel it. But once it releases, it's just absolute bliss. But your heart, so amazing. I've been receiving so many different things that I wanted to talk about something that kind of hit me that just maybe 5 minutes ago, 10, 20 minutes ago. And it's something to do with time and space and movement in relation to movement, okay? And I want to know tell me what you think about this after I'm kind of talking about it. So, in relation to time and space, in order for time and space, we have different perceptions of time and space. Whether there could be different forms of cycles of time and space, slower, faster cycles, but they're still within time and space. So if there's movement, there has to be within some type of a cycle, within a time and space. There has to be, because if you're moving, if I take my hand and move from this spot to the next spot, you see the progression. Whether it's a fast progression or a slow progression, it's depending on your frame of reality, but it's still within time and space. If there's movement, and if you see movement, one place to the other, there has to be within time and space. So no matter how big our universe is, how slow it's moving, how whatever, it's still in a time and space because it's still a progression. So that means in order for you to not be in time and space, you have to be still because you're not moving. So the only way to defy time and space is through stillness. And even let's say I'm sitting here and I go into meditation and I jump out of my body into the astral plane. Well, time moves different because there's still movement in the astral plane, so there's still cycles. But the cycles aren't as fast, they're slower in the astral plane. So if I jump out of my body here in the astral plane and go into the astral plane and go somewhere else within this reality, and if I'm able to impact this reality, whoever sees that occur will see that form of time and space. For me doing it, I'm able to do a slower progression, but for them it's faster. So it would be like I'm teleporting. Like if I want to move in from this location to the next, I can jump out and defy time and space through stillness. And then go to another place, which I'm just jumping into another reality and traveling to another reality that's progressed slower, and then I'm able to access another reality, this one, and the people that are accessing this reality would see those things as they would see it in their perception, like teleporting. But for me, I'm just still in movement. My movement is just in a different form of time and space, but it's still time and space. And so that's the thing. There is time. So when there's movement, there is time and space. And the only way to get away from time and space Well, I would say if you can see movement, then there has to be time and space, because you're getting from one place to the other. But you can defy time and space, but you have to be still. You can't move. Unless you move in, you have to be still to access another plane, another place. That's the only way to do it, is to go within. And it's just a portal. You have portals within you that you're able to access time and space. The things that start to come through, it's just really interesting. Because I was telling my significant other this, and I'm excited about what's to occur, because after I record this video, getting it out for me, which it's so important. If you guys are having experiences, we just made a section called Our Awakening Experiences that if you want, please send your videos, send email over our videos, audio, or written about your experiences. We have a YouTube group that we just started that's going to talk about only dedicated to our awakening experiences, our awakening as a collective experiences. So if you're having these experiences, send them to us. We'd love to be able to see them, share them, and so other people can see these experiences too. Like I'm talking about my experience, receiving a download of information that I've no idea where it even came from. But you always know a download because it's a certain frequency. There's certain frequencies within depending on your vibration and what frequency that you are vibrating at. You'll be able to receive some different types of information that resonate at that certain frequency. So as you increase your vibrational frequency, you will be able to access different information at that type of level. So if you're at a lower, you access lower vibrational. If you're higher, at a higher vibrational, and so forth. So, and the frequencies that come in are super high. I would like to figure out how to measure them, and put a number on it. That would be amazing to be able to scientifically be able. Science needs to go this way, and that's where science is going, and that'll be very exciting to witness. As more of these concepts start to come out on a regular basis. But time and space, if there's movement, there's time and space. So if the scientists say that that's the thing, the speed of light, that's still time and space. Fast, but that's still time and space. Getting from one place to another. And even the largest galaxies that are moving so slow, even if it's a millimeter, even if just whatever, a nano something or other, movement every million years, our perception sees that as infinite. But overall, it's still moving within its own time and space. So the way we see time and space has to change. The only way to be able to access time and space is to physically tear something or access a portal, but it has to be through, but it's through stillness. You can't move. That's the way to do it. Is through stillness, through within. And through within, harnessing those downloads and harnessing the information, harnessing enough energy, you change your physicality enough, raise your vibration, raise your energy level so high to where you can very consciously defy time and space. Now, as I start to learn more different things and I start to receive more and more of these downloads, I know whenever I first started this channel, it was supposed to be based off of an evolutionary path from my awakening that happened almost a year and a half ago, August 2019. And this is one of those things that as I'm learning more things, as I'm starting to understand more understandings of perceptions, and have more experiences, I'm going to place it out there for everybody to understand and everybody to see. So do that same thing. Send us your stuff, and we would love to share it. Get it out there. If this is helping you, and tell me about these concepts that I'm talking about. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. And if you are looking at this and you're like, I have no idea what he's talking about, but you want to learn more, book a session with me. And a half hour, an hour, and we'll talk about some things. About some things that's weighing on your heart. Some things that you may need direction for. Go to My About Me page, it links it to a Facebook, and you can schedule an appointment with me. 30 minutes or an hour, and we can talk about the things that you're going through your awakening and spiritually. And hopefully that helps. Sharing, connecting with other people, it's important. And these sessions, they're donations only. Don't charge for these things. If you want to donate, you can, by all means. It's appreciated. And there's things to set up to do so, but it's information. If you need guidance, book a session, let's talk. But as I'm having more and more experiences, I want to put them out there for everybody to see. Everybody needs to start to understand real knowledge. And in our collective right now, we are expanding, and I'm sure that you have to be feeling the energy, because I know that I am. This influx of energy is separating people, and you're starting to be able to see it. The people, I'm sure a lot of people that are, a lot of people may be out there and they're having a lot of anxieties and stresses. And they don't know why. And they just feel, I just feel overwhelmed, and all these different thoughts and things are coming in, and they don't understand what's happening. It's the influx of energy that's hitting our place right now. And I'll be honest, angels are watching us. And forces of light that we're not seeing, that are happening in unknown realms, unseen realms, are working together for our progression. But based on your vibratory level, that's where you're going to progress that way. You got to make a choice now. You have to be seeing that with people. Some people are just like, you see them and you're like, why do they just look so happy all the time? Why are they just look so free? Well, there's a reason for that. And it's because we're on the light side. We feel free. None of this stuff that's occurring in the world is going to affect us. In the Bible, it says, in Revelations, it talks about the sealing off of the 144,000. The ones that have the mark of creation, the mark of God on your forehead, which is the sacred spiral. The unfolding of life, the unfolding of creation. They're to be sealed away. So if you're seeing these people, I've seen people that are like on a whole other level of living, and you're like, why? Everything that's going on in the world, these other people, they just don't care, because it doesn't affect them. This is the beginning of the sealing off of those types of people. Because none of this does affect us. We live life with no fear, and we follow a way, and we follow a knowing that's coming from within that is different. That you can't read. You don't read about it in a book. And there's something new. You have to ask the question: what do these people know that I don't? If you don't know, if you're feeling anxiety, you're feeling stress, and you're feeling just boggled down and depressed, and you're not like, why am I feeling this way? There's a reason for that. It's a notification sign of, hey, ask yourself what's going on. And that's the thing. Ask yourself. Don't wait for an answer. Ask yourself and allow yourself to answer. Find out what does. And then ask yourself, what in the world just answered? More people are going from their thinking mind to their feeling mind. So these experiences, these downloads, are going to have, more people are going to be more sensitive to seeing these things. And it's so amazing. It's so amazing to experience it. So, I hope that was fun. I hope that was interesting. I needed to get it out to release it because it's so important. Don't hold on to these things. Understand these experiences that you're having. That you need to, okay, feel it. Feel how it feels to experience it. Accept that you felt that. Make whatever understanding that you can go with, and then release it and let it go. Let it go. And the best way to do it is to make a video or do an audio or write it down in a journal or something, or send it to us. Whatever, we'll send it out to you or whatever. But you gotta release it. Release it. For one, it'll make you feel really good and open your heart even more, which is one of the most powerful things you can do. Well, the most powerful thing you can do. Opening your heart. Because as you increase and increase and increase your energy and harness these things and become more and more blissful and more understanding and more connected to spirit. Life just takes, life is magic. But that heart, it opens and it becomes more, that's where the magic is. Because your heart, all your energy, all of that energy that you harness, all your downloads, filtered through, it goes through your heart portal. It goes all through your heart. So expand that heart. And you can do some amazing things and understand some things in life that the world is not what people say it is. What's happening around in the news, I mean, it's not what the media says it is. It's just not. Most of it, 98% of it, 99% of it, it's not real. And you'll understand, you'll start to see. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, one of my favorite ones in Romans, be transformed by the renewing of your mind, and only then that you'll be able to see God's will, God's perfect will. And that's for real. That's what's happening. You've got to be transformed by the renewing of yourself, renewing of your mind, through what we're talking about. Release these things. Go through the meditations. Have these experiences, share these experiences, and release these experiences. Be transformed so you can see how to make right decisions, how to make choices. Because as these energies increase in the world, oh man, people are not going to know how to make a choice because they're going to look for sources, but they're not going to know where to run to. Well, what else do you do? Where are you getting your information? Well, the people that are free and they feel good and they feel like they're always making the right choices, how are they making their choices amongst everybody else that's freaking out? What's the difference? What do they know that not everybody else does? There's something there. There's something more that's happening, isn't there? There has to be. That's the only logical thing that could happen. Is there something else going on within people right now that has to be accepted? But that's okay. Even when everything goes absolutely insane. And there will be a time though everything will be so destructive and transformed into wars and stuff. And it'll happen within our lifetime. Even then, people will still be like, I don't believe it. So, not everybody's going to see it, not everybody's going to understand it, so that's okay. That's an acceptance of that as well. So, I hope this was fun. This was good for me. I had to release this. It was really weighing on my heart, and it felt good. So, take some breaths. Namah Shivaya. Vaya.